You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White sports fans, it is official now. Tim Tebow is back in the NFL. He signed a one-year contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars today, and he's going to be reuniting with Urban Meyer down there in Jacksonville. Now, guys, we knew that this was actually coming for a few weeks now, so this is not a surprise that this contract actually got done. However, I highly doubt that he's going to make this team at tight end. The Jaguars have now, I believe, 6 tight ends on the roster right now with Tim Tebow. He's not going to make the team as a tight end. I don't know anybody that actually does believe he's going to make the team as a tight end. But once the word got down that Tim Tebow actually was signing a contract today with the Jaguars, we knew that the media would play the race card. Because it's already been out there on Twitter, the wokey woke people out there are saying, oh, Tim Tebow is getting this opportunity because he's white, but yet Colin Kaepernick is still doesn't have a job. And I've been pretty clear, man. Colin Kaepernick does not want to play football. So let it go. He doesn't want to play football again. He's perfectly okay with being a social justice warrior and a fake victim. That's his calling, and he's making millions of dollars off of this. So now enter the woke sports media. ESPN's woke take. It used to be called First Take, but now it's pretty clear it's woke take. Stephen A. Smith played the race card. He was pretty clear. Tim Tebow is getting his opportunity because of white privilege. White privilege, folks. In a league now that's over 70% black, but Tim Tebow's getting this opportunity strictly because he is white. We're going to do a reaction to what Stephen A. Smith said, man, but this is why ESPN's ratings are in the tank. It just is. But first, guys, make sure you guys go over to blackandwhitenetwork.com, sign up and become a member today. We have 2 different membership plans. We have the bronze and silver plan. And if you sign up on the silver plan, you get additional videos because we post private videos over there. And also you get to be on a panel on member-only live streams of me and Rhodes talking pretty much about whatever you guys want to talk about. But if you don't want to do any of that, just consider giving a one-time donation by clicking the donation tab or shopping for the merch. Use the discount code LaChanaSucks, S-U-X, all one word, and we're going to give you 15% off your purchase, folks. So, check this out. Stephen A. Smith doesn't give a damn if you're uncomfortable talking about race. Tim Tebow's NFL return is white privilege. Wow. Not a surprise, because of the events of the last year. And Stephen A. Smith, and you're going to hear this clip, some kind of way Tim Tebow and George Floyd are connected with each other. I don't get that. But that's what Stephen A. Smith said. I listened to the clip. But let's go over here and react to what Stephen A. Smith actually said about Tim Tebow. And if you look at the ratio, man, they getting ratioed to hell pretty good over here on ESPN, their YouTube channel. 854 thumbs up, 429 thumbs down. But listen to Stephen A. Smith here. Here we go. And I'll pause it so I can, do some reactions for you.
I have a problem with it. And in the interest of full disclosure, I texted Tim Tebow a couple of weeks ago. And I told him that if anybody deserves, something along this line, it's him. Just from a human perspective. I think that he's one of the great, great people that I've had the pleasure of meeting in this business.
Okay, so he's saying that Tim Tebow deserves this opportunity from a human perspective, because he's a really good guy. Okay, didn't say anything about white privilege just yet, but here we go.
He's a really, really good dude. His heart's in the right place. He's very charitable and philanthropic with his intentions and his actions. He's a pillar of that community, especially. Was a star at Florida State, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm happy for him.
I think he meant University of Florida. He didn't go to Florida State.
Meaning Tim Tebow specifically. But when you look at, just the totality of the situation. Once again, if I'm going to bring up white privilege when I brought up Steve Nash getting the job in Brooklyn, is this not an example of white privilege? What brother you know is getting this opportunity?
And he was completely wrong about white privilege being the reason Steve Nash got that job. Steve Nash had no head coaching experience, but we had named like the sports outlets had named like 5 or 6 other black coaches that had no experience, and they still got jobs. But I digress.
Now that makes people uncomfortable because we're talking about race. When I say something like that, let me be the first to say I don't give a damn how you feel. I mean what I say. It is white privilege because that's not something that's happening for any brothers out there.
This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I remember when Michael Vick actually went to prison. Lost 2 years of his career. And he probably thought his career was done. He had a lot of baggage, a lot of guys didn't actually, a lot of teams probably didn't want to sign him. And Andy Reid did. And he's a black man with a lot of baggage. Colin Kaepernick, since he's been out of the NFL, has had 3 opportunities to come back in the NFL. And Colin Kaepernick blew it every single time because he doesn't want to play. But some kind of way, Stephen A. Smith says Tim Tebow signing is white privilege. Even though Kaepernick had a deal on the table with the Baltimore Ravens, and he blew it. Let's go on.
You've never played the position. You've been retired from the game for years. When you did play, you were a quarterback on the NFL level, which you were not that good at. You had an opportunity when you were an active participant as an NFL player to participate and play tight end, play special teams and stuff like that, but you wanted to be a quarterback. And now here you are in this position. Why do I bring that up? That's not to point the finger at Tim Tebow. It's to remind everybody is that this opportunity doesn't happen if Urban Meyer is not the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars were 1-15 last year. They absolutely stunk. As far as I'm concerned, you could have got an equipment manager to play for that squad as bad as they looked, okay? They didn't think about calling Tim Tebow then. They didn't think about calling Tim Tebow the year before that when they were having their problems. But all of a sudden, Urban Meyer comes there. And as a result, Tim Tebow gets an opportunity to get a job with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He got that job because of the relationships. And
he got the job because of the relationships. Had nothing to do with him being a white guy. Michael Vick was on Undisputed, I believe, last week. He said he can pick up make a phone call right now because of his connections and get a look at with some team. This has nothing to do with race. Keep on going, Stephen A.
I've stated on many, many occasions on this show, when George Floyd ultimately was murdered by Derek Chauvin, the cop, and you saw people rioting and protesting in the streets, it wasn't just about him. It was about the symbolism of what transpired, because black people have repeatedly felt like we have the proverbial knee on our neck.
I'm calling BS on that. I know I do not feel like I have a knee on my neck if I don't get a certain opportunity. See, that's the problem right there, man. Powerful black men in the media is telling black people, you can't do this, you can't do that, because another person gets this opportunity because of white privilege. This is crazy, man. And Stephen A. Smith, he knows better than this. He absolutely knows better than this. He's saying this to actually bring down the hopes of black people, the weak-minded black people, when he says something like this, because he's a prominent media figure out there. And for some reason, people out there, regular normies, think these people actually are smart and they know something about something. Stephen A. Smith saying this is ridiculous, man. It's insulting to black people.
We constantly have to scratch and claw our way. And when we see someone of a different ilk, of a different ethnicity, getting opportunities we know we would never get, that's where the word white privilege comes from. The words
ridiculous. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Let's go on.
White privilege come from. And you yourself, Max, have been on the record. And I saw you saying this to somebody a couple of weeks ago when I wasn't on the show. You were talking about how white privilege needs to be addressed, but you're about lifting everybody up. You're not about giving up your white privilege, et cetera, et cetera. And my response to that months ago when I had that conversation with you is that if you have a 50-yard head start and you get to race and we're both going at the same speed, I could never catch you. In other words, there's no way to eradicate white privilege without white individuals giving up some of their privilege.
White privilege does not exist. And I think that's enough right there. I've had enough of Stephen A. Smith right here. I really have. Race baiting right there. Guys, little over, I would say like a year and a half ago, I went to a job. I interviewed with this company. I'm black. Everybody else in the boardroom is white. I was confident about my interview. I didn't get a phone call. You know, I was thinking, all right, maybe they didn't hire me. But not one time did it go through my mind to think that, oh, these white people didn't hire me because I'm black. Never happened. Any kind of job I didn't get, I never thought that they didn't hire me because I'm black. And majority of the country is mostly white, so you're going to interview a lot of white people. Never once has that happened, Stephen A. Smith. Never once. And guess what? That company called me like 2 months later, and guess what? They gave me the job, and I'm still working there a year and a half later. It had nothing to do with my skin color. Nothing to do with it. They didn't hire me because I was black. They hired me because I was good. I walked into that interview. I was confident. I believe that Stephen A. Smith is trying to make black people feel defeated before they even get the opportunity. That's wildly dangerous, man. Wildly dangerous. This just brings black people down. But me, I'm a confident black person. I don't need to look at people like Stephen A. Smith in the media, to tell me, oh, you can't do this because you're black. And Tim Tebow is getting this opportunity because he's white. This rhetoric, man, is just a lie. It is a complete lie. Now, I've already told you guys, Tim Tebow's not going to make this team. I don't think it's a good signing, but he had the connection. I'm pretty sure Stephen A. Smith, if he left ESPN today, he can get a job somewhere else. Stephen A. Smith is making something like $8 million per year. Prominent figure out there in the media. I'm pretty sure he would have no problem getting a job out there. And I'm pretty sure that race would probably never come up. But this is what these woke people in the media do, man. This is what they do. I just can't believe this, man. I just can't believe this Stephen A. Well, I guess I could, because this is woke ESPN, by the way. It is. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans. Stephen A. Smith and woke take play the race card, saying that Tim Tebow's only getting this opportunity because of white privilege. That's it. If this happened 5 years ago, man, and Tim Tebow has still been out a while, they probably would never say this is white privilege. Why did the NFL bend the knee to Colin Kaepernick, send a representative from pretty much every NFL team, which they never do, to go see him work out? I guess that's black privilege right there. But Colin Kaepernick did his own thing. He did his own thing. Didn't tell the NFL or anybody that he was changing the location. Didn't do it at all, guys. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans. I'm not surprised, man. I'm really, really not surprised that this is happening right now. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.